Good morning to day 5 of our 28 days. We've made it through week 1 almost, so it's pretty awesome. And we're just going to continue building up our awareness of our breathing, of our mental tapes, and acknowledging our thoughts and just being present to what's going on with ourselves and not necessarily worrying about changing or fixing anything, but just hopefully expanding through awareness. So let's start in our child's pose, coming with our knees wide and the big toes touching. Expanding our tailbone down towards the earth and expanding our fingertips towards the front of the mat. With each inhale, the lungs and the rib cages expand out wide. The back body presses up towards the sky and the belly drops between the thighs. And with each exhale, we'll settle just a little bit more deeply into our child's pose. Grounding down into our alignment right away. Spreading fingers wide. Suction cupping our palms down into the earth. And externally rotating our upper arm bones, so sending the shoulder blades together as the arms spread wide. So play with that a little bit. I see some of you kind of like rolling in, rolling out, pressing and expanding, and just, find where you can feel the most engagement and the most relaxation, right? Like that balance of work and ease. Deepen our breath here. Finding the Ujjayi ocean in the back of our throats. One more full Ujjayi breath, inhale. Relax the jaw as we exhale completely. Inhale, gaze between thumbs. Exhale, hook toes, downward facing dog. Find places in the body that need space and breath. Find places that need movement and relaxation. Places that need wiggles or twitches. Maybe flutter the lips in a horse breath, letting go of the jaws and the face muscles. And eventually finding stillness. Grounding the weight down behind the thumbs and the pointer fingers, and rolling the shoulders together and down towards the tail. Inhale, lift up onto the tippy toes. And exhale, reach down to the pads of the feet. Reaching heels towards the earth for one more breath. Inhale. As we exhale, walk feet to hands, coming into our ragdoll, Uttanasana. A little bend in the knees, drawing belly button in, creating some space through the low spine. And loosening up through the toes. Allow the back of the neck to be long and relaxed, and if it feels good, catch opposite elbows. Either stay here in stillness and breath, or rock the weight from side to side, left foot to right foot. Deepening the Ujjayi breath as the body sways from side to side. The muscles and the skin of the face relax gently down towards the earth. The jaw and the tongue and the eyes are relaxed. And when you're ready, find stillness and center. Inhale. Exhale, release the elbows if you've caught them. Heel toe, big toes to touch if that's available, or bring the outer edges of the feet parallel to the outer edges of your mat. Root down through the pads and the heels of both feet and reach the toes away from the mat and just fan them out wide and spread them down on the earth. Draw belly button in, relax tailbone down as we roll up to standing one vertebra at a time. Stacking first hips over ankles, low spine, mid spine, and upper spine over the hips. Eventually bringing shoulders all the way up to the ears, rolling them back and down, making space around the heart. Gaze is soft at horizon. Inhale, reach fingertips high. Exhale, forward fold, release all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, drawing shoulders down towards the tailbone, fingertips reach the earth or the shins. Exhale, forward fold. Grow roots through the bottoms of the feet as we inhale with a flat spine, reach arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, thumbs through heart center, forward fold. Fingertips reach the earth. Back of the neck is long. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant palms, step back, high push-up. Pause here with an inhale as we align shoulders over wrists. Middle fingers point towards the front corners of the mat and elbows draw in towards center line. Inhale, here belly button draws in. Exhale, hug elbows towards center as you lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, glide forward, upward facing dog. Shoulders draw down and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. One more big breath. Inhale, filling the lungs to full capacity. Exhale, walk or float the feet to the hands. Back of neck is long in the fold, and as we inhale, we lift halfway, gazes slightly forward. Exhale, fold. If they're not there already, bring big toes to touch. Bend the knees deeply and inhale, lift halfway, Utkatasana. Fingertips reach towards the skies as pinky side edges of hands draw in towards center. Rock the weight into the heels and draw the tailbone down, making length through the low spine, getting rid of what I like to call a duck butt, where like we have a very large curve in the low spine and the rib cages kind of poke out, so we draw the rib cage together. Draw tailbone down and lengthen from crown of head to tail. Inhale. Exhale, settle a little bit more deeply. Relax at the corners of the mouth, one more breath in. Exhale, palms through heart, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. As you exhale, plant the hands and move through your vinyasa. So maybe that looks like your knees drop as you lower. Inhaling up through upward facing dog. Crown of head lengthens. Exhale, leading with hips into your down dog. On your next inhale, lift right leg high to the sky, keeping hip bones and big toe pointing towards the earth. Exhale, step right foot to right thumb. Drop your left heel to the earth and inhale, rise up, gracious hero one. Find both hip points and point them towards the front of the mat, drawing right hip into the hip socket and left hip forward, creating a gentle twist through the hips and the torso. Ground down through the outer edge of the back foot and breathe. So in all the poses of motion, all the poses of holding, think about the breath. One more full inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands through heart to either side of front foot. Step back, moving through your vinyasa. Using your own breath to lead you. On your next inhale, lift left leg high, big toes and hips point towards the ground. As you exhale, step forward, Gracious Hero 1 on the opposite side. Finding first the roots in your feet growing out through the pads of the feet and the heels. Drawing shoulders down and away from the ears. Eventually finding the hip points and sending them to face the front of the room. Pinky side edges of hands reach towards center line for one more inhale. Exhale, palms down. Your full exhale draws you all the way down through Chaturanga. The full inhale draws you up to upward facing dog. And the full exhale leads hips back for downward facing dog. Spread fingers wide, ground down through the thumbs and the pointer fingers. Press the earth away. Back of the neck is loose and relaxed for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale, walk feet or float feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Using your breath for each pose, we'll bend the knees deeply. Inhale to the top of Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant hands, step feet back, and the full exhale drops you down to Chaturanga. Inhale, glide forward, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right away, breathe in, right foot high. Exhale, step forward. Drop back heel, inhale, rise up. Exhale, open, Gracious Hero 2. Inhale, flip front palm and reverse. Exhale, Vinyasa, Chaturanga. Inhale, forward, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step forward. Gracious Hero 1. Inhale. Exhale, open. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, lower. Inhale, flow forward like water. And exhale, downward facing dog. Full deep breath in. Full deep breath out. Reconnect with the flow of your own breath. Notice thoughts in the mind and acknowledge them, and then simply let them go. Be here in this moment, in this body, in this place. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, bend the knees deeply and hop the feet forward, coming all the way to a seat. Roll the weight between the sits bones and the tailbone, so on the fleshy part of the bottom. Roll shoulders back and down, and lengthen the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Either stay here, catching onto the backs of the knees in Navasana, or extend arms forward to be parallel with the shins. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, cross at the ankles, plant the hands just in front of the hips, and take a lift. Come back and extend. Inhale, lengthen, crown of head. Exhale, cross, plant the hands, and take a lift. Inhale, back to Navasana. Exhale, cross, and lift. Come back to Navasana one last time. Maybe extend the legs or lift the arms. Exhale, slowly lower feet to the mat. Find the right ankle and cross it over the left knee for seated half pigeon. Hands come behind the back, fingertips pointing away from the body. Lengthen through the spine and the back of the neck, and draw the shoulders back, creating space through the collarbone and the heart center. Press the right knee gently away from the torso, creating more opening through the outer right hip. Breathe here. As we exhale, we're going to reverse the fingertips to point towards the tailbone. Step the heels of the hands back just slightly. Exhale completely. Root down through the palms and the heel, and inhale to lift hips for one-legged tabletop, maybe allowing the head to drop back. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, and exhale with lion's breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly lower hips all the way down to the earth. Switch sides, bringing right foot down. Left ankle to cross over right knee. And again, reversing the palms so fingertips point away from the body. Notice and be aware of where the shoulders are, and create space wherever that looks like for you. Exhale, root feet and palms down into the earth. And as we inhale, we'll press the hips high, continuing to roll shoulders back and away from the ears, and allowing the head to draw gently towards the ground. One more breath, inhale, lift. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale, gently lower down to the earth. Extend left foot long and bring the right foot to the inner thigh of the left leg. If it feels best, you can lift some of the fleshy part of the bottom out from underneath the body, coming more directly onto the sits bones. Find the sternum and the belly button and point them towards the lengthened leg. Inhale, fingers high. Exhale, forward fold over the extended leg. So the goal here is a lengthened spine, not so much like folding all the way to the floor, and maybe eventually that's where you'll be, but first lengthen through the spine. Drawing shoulders back, and reaching the low spine up and out of the hips. Then as we exhale, we create space for more folding. One more breath here, inhale. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, slowly rise up. Bring right knee to point towards the sky. And cross right foot over the left thigh, preparing for a twist. Plant the right palm behind the spine to create some space and length. Inhale, reach fingertips of the left palm high. And exhale, hook elbow to knee, twisting to the right. Inhale, look forward, lengthen crown of the head towards the sky by tucking the chin slightly. And exhale, twist. Wringing out every cell and atom in the spine that is no longer serving you. One more breath in. Exhale, gently come back to center. Switching sides, extend right leg long and bring left sole of the foot to the inner thigh of the right leg. Square the torso to the extended leg. Inhale, fingertips reach high. Exhale, lengthen and fold. Each breath in creates more space between the vertebrae, and each exhale creates more folding forward. Toes of the right foot are engaged and reaching towards the body, so the foot is flexed. One more breath. Inhale for length through the spine. One more exhale for release. As we inhale, slowly walk the hands up the thigh. Bring the right knee to point towards the ceiling and cross foot over thigh, preparing for a twist on the opposite side. Bring left palm behind the back. And inhale, right fingertips tall. Exhale, hook elbow to knee, twisting towards the left. Inhale, look forward, draw shoulders down and crown of head tall. Exhale, twist more deeply through the belly button. Inhale for length. Exhale, slowly come back to center. Moving down to the floor, scoot the bottom towards the front of the mat a little bit more. And inhale, lengthen, catching onto the backs of the knees. As we exhale, round the spine and lower slowly, one vertebra at a time. Draw the knees into the chest and give them a loving, compassionate, gracious hug. Inhale here. Squeeze everything into center. At the top of your inhale, hold the breath and squeeze everything into the tiniest, tightest little ball that you could possibly make with a human body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release all the way down into Shavasana, extending the heels to each corner of the mat. Lifting the back of the skull off the earth and gently tucking the chin, creating length in the back of the neck. Palms face up, away from the body. Take a moment to allow the body to absorb all of the mental and physical benefits of your practice. Thanking yourself for showing up, for being here in the present moment. Know that there is absolutely nothing to change. There is nothing to fix. Everything is just as it should be, and you are perfect just the way you are. Slowly begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bring motion to the wrists and the ankles. Rocking the head from side to side. And eventually drawing the knees into the chest. On your next breath out, roll over onto the right side of the body, using the bottom arm as a pillow. And with eyes still closed, use your left palm to press yourself up to a comfortable seated position on your mat. Bring palms together with thumbs at heart center. We'll close our practice with one Om. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Bring thumbs to the third eye point between the eyebrows. The divine light in me greets and acknowledges the divine light in each of you. Namaste.